Okay, so most shop tours, they have cleaned their shop and you get the best picture possible of what the shop could look like. This is maybe the worst my shop's ever looked as far as just stuff everywhere. So we thought, let's give you a quick little shop tour so you can see how small the shop is and what we have to deal with on a daily basis, just in the moment, not best case scenario, but normal case scenario. So here's the front door. This is how big it is. It's little. It's stupid how small this door is, right? So walk inside this front door. Here we go. All right, directly to the right with all the clutter. Let's start there at the clamps. Here's my little clamp storage. I've got lots of my Harbor Freight clamps. I just like them because they're so cheap and they do the job. I would love some Bessies one day, but I don't want to spend the money on them yet. Then right next here is my big 20-inch disc sander. Just a homemade thing. It's like a little thing. I got a 2-horsepower motor down below, and it's hooked up to, come around here real quick. It's hooked up to an old lathe headstock. Like an old, I think that's a Sears or maybe it's a Delta, I don't remember. And then I got my air compressor is actually outside, and I've got my hose right here coming from outside here. And then we have our little board of things that we've got going on. And then you open this and there is storage in here. And that's all it was first. But now it's Greg's little office nook. A little nook here, but then up there there's a whole bunch of junk. Just random stuff. In there's random stuff. Over here is a whole bunch of wood storage, scrap wood. And I'm like a hoarder when it comes to all that kind of stuff, because you just never know. And so then we'll come out and we'll close this door. And you can see we're kind of shifting around. We've got this big bunk bed we've been working on. And it's the only place it can be, right here. This is the only floor space I have. And I have that workbench over there that I have on casters that I can roll around. So this thing is here. I've got some storage on the wall for all my, you know, lacquers and stuff, and polyurethane and stains and all that kind of stuff. Got my little sandpaper caddy. A little bit of a tool thing here, just random. A lot of people don't like the pegboard, but I actually really like pegboard. It's easy to rearrange and do stuff. So I like the pegboard. So I've got some tools on there, and then up above it we've got lots of paint, and this is some pre-catalyzed lacquer there. Then on this far wall we've got my little sanding station, and inside here is where I keep all my router bits and my routers and stuff. And so that drawer closes, and I've got my Grizzly drum / flap sander that I just got from a good friend, cabinet maker, that never really uses it. And then this belt sander from Harbor Freight. It's got a little disc sander on the other side. My little crappy welders down there in the corner. I got a little welder from Harbor Freight, and it does the job. It's a flux core. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. I wish I could put gas with it, but it's a flux core. It does the job. For the amount of welding I do, it does the job. And then we've got a stereo above there that I took as a partial payment for a job, and it sounds amazing. Got some wrenches and hand tools and stuff like that, screwdrivers and whatever. And then here's my little lunchbox planer, little Porter cable lunchbox planer that I got at Lowe's. A whole bunch of people have that. And then down here is a paint sprayer, a finish sprayer. That's on that part. I can just roll it around. And then I got my little drill press that I don't really ever use for a drill press. I just mount these little sanding drums on there for drum sanding. And I've got storage below that. Then I've got this workbench this thing has moved with me so many different times, and I've modified it so many different times. And now I've put my old Craftsman planer, 6-inch planer, I mounted it on the side to save room because I didn't like the stand that this was on. So I mounted it to the side of my workbench, and I can roll it around wherever I want it. And I've got workbench here, and it's got storage below. Over here, I've got my lathe, and I've got my stuff set up for doing pin turning right now. And then there's my little station up there for all my like drills and stuff, battery chargers. And we move over, I put that window in. It's just it's like a junky window that I put in there just so we can get some lighting and some airflow. Little fan in there. Then that's my crappy wood burning stove that I made out of a barrel, and to heat my shop last winter, because I was using electric heaters and it was just way too expensive. And so then on this wall we've got wood storage, more like what projects I'm working on now, I put them here. And so I've got wood storage there, and then right below it I've got my miter station. We got some drawers, little filing cabinet, little old cabinet that I found in this shop whenever we moved into this shop. Then my miter saw that I just got, I love that thing, it's awesome. And then here's the table saw station. It's my Grizzly 1023 SLX. They don't make this anymore. This specific the SLX version, but they make the 1023. It's awesome. I have no complaints. It is really awesome. It's got 52 inch rip capacity, which is amazing. And then on the other side is just my outfeed table, which actually was my workbench before I got this table. I had to swap. So anyway, that's my now outfeed table. It's over there. And then there's the corner of doom that collects just random things that I never see again, and then I find it and I'm like, oh yeah, that was over there. So that's where, and then also right there, over there against that wall to my right is a big not overhead door, but a big like barn door that opens up. It was an overhead door, I changed it out to barn doors. And so that side there swings open, and then I put sheet goods right there. That's where I store my sheet goods. So this thing, man, this thing's awesome. Grizzly 0513. It's a 17-inch bandsaw. It's hooked up to 220 volt. And man, it's awesome. It cuts like a dream. I love this thing. It is so awesome. What a steal. I got this. I got the table saw and 2 Shop Fox brand shapers that aren't in here because there is no room. I got all that in a you'll see it in a previous vlog. If you go back, we talked about how I got a bunch of free tools, and so this is the bandsaw that we got. It was awesome. So anyway, that's my crappy small shop, and I'm so excited to get a new one. There you go. This happens all day long.